Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday. And after the wonderful 12 days of spring scrap lifts event that I fully participated in and pretty much on time, I finished the day after the entries closed, or the day after the last scrap lift was posted. We're back to weekly scrap lifts. So this is our weekly scrap lift for this week. It's by Morag Cuts, otherwise known as Crop Cat on Instagram, and she is absolutely by far one of my favorite scrappers. Every single page that she does has so much interest to it. Here she's got a photo with a bunch of things layered under and around and on top of it. There's some mixed media in the background, and then there's a smaller cluster here with a sentiment statement. I'm going to actually have a small photo down here, and I had prepared to do the mixed media, and I had a bunch of stamps ready to go. And as I was looking for, I've got beach photos, so I was looking for beach papers. I came across this one by Little Yellow Bicycle, and I thought if I turned it this way, it would have the large upper corner cluster and the small lower corner cluster. And I might be able to stamp so that the colorful water splash in the pattern paper still shows, but there's but you can still get the effect of the stamping. So I'm going to risk, and I'm scared to death to do this, by the way. I'm going to risk stamping on top of this gorgeous pattern paper. And if the stamping is messy and horrible, I'm going to stop the video and start over, and I will never forgive myself because Little Yellow Bicycle doesn't exist anymore. This paper line doesn't exist anymore, hasn't for 11 years. And I've been hoarding it because I love it. I think it's the only sheet I had from that collection. I may have had one, maybe this pattern paper, and on the other side of it might have been this or this. I may have had one double-sided pattern paper. Is this double-sided? It may not have been double-sided, but it is Little Yellow Bicycle from the Splash line, and this one's called Making a Splash, and it's from 2012. And let's all nod our heads and have a moment of silence for the loss of this absolutely great paper company. The quality of their papers, absolutely unmatched. And here, for example, there are these little watery splash marks. There are some kind of embossed areas, not embossed, what do I want to say? Maybe embossed areas that are splashy, that you can just kind of see as you turn it. Just absolutely an amazing company. So here goes. Let's hope I don't mess it up. I have a couple stamps, these two starfish stamps that I'm going to use from here. And I like the stitching look that Morag has. I don't know if that's real stitching or if it's stamped. Mine's going to be stamped because I don't do stitching. I did, for the stitched circle, I had a I had cut a circle out of some orange paper that is a pretty good match for the little yellow bicycle. And I cut around it and kind of distressed it. And then I got some black embroidery floss and kind of wrapped around it so that it somewhat simulates stitching. But I'm going to stamp some of these vertical stitches and you know, at least a couple over here. And I might also try to emulate some of this printed stuff. Let's do the printed stuff first, because I think that might be the most trouble. And what I'm going to use is this. Both of my stamps are 12 by 12 stamps. They're XXL art stamps by Caravelle Studios. And I used to use this one. I've probably used it in 10 mixed media pages, because you can use just different parts of it and nobody can tell that you're using the same stamp. So I want to be sure that what I ink up is going to look interesting. So I was thinking maybe this bit kind of right there. And I hate to do this. I'm scared to do this, but I'm going to go ahead. And you're watching it live. I'm going to try to ink it so that just that corner area transfers. And I can't even be sure that this is going to be straight. And I kind of moved it there. It's not straight, but I don't hate it. I can add some stitching down here, extending up there, and I'm fine with that. I am okay with that. Now up here, I thought, let me kind of clean that off. I'll get a baby white that is a little bit dry. Okay, now I'm going to do this. Let me see if I can. Actually, what I think I'm going to do this time is I'm going to ink it, and then I'm going to press the paper against the stamp, not the other way around. And that way I think I might do a better job, okay, of getting it on straight. So let me make sure that I have the words going the right way. I want it to be this way. Let's see. This would be, the word excursion would be spelled correctly there. So let me kind of go there. And I'm going to press that. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. That isn't nearly as crooked as this. And it shows, and the words are spelled properly. So let me put that one aside. I'll clean that better later. Now, I have this stamp. It's the best stitching that I have. And it's on a single big old stamp that has these feathers. So what I'm interested in is this one and then maybe these two. This one and this one maybe. But I'm not sure. Okay, so that one, this one right here is what I want there. And I want it to be kind of like so. And let me, I'm probably going to do the same thing with the paper over it like so. So I need to just ink the part that I want to transfer. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, except I want it with this part down. So I need to do it this way, and I need to kind of see where that's gonna go. I'm just gonna commit and then I'll embellish if I need to. Okay, that didn't turn out well because of all of this other stuff down here, and that may lend itself to some embellishing. So I think the problem was that I was pressing down on an area that had some ink transfer. So, lesson learned. I will wipe that off. I don't know how this stamp is so clean because I know I've used it a couple times before. So I'm gonna try to get that, it's not staying clean or not getting cleaned back up. I can work on it later, but right here, I may use one of my actual stitching stamps. I have a few, and I just need to kind of see if I have a good block to put them on. I've got this one, which might work, and then I've got this one. Okay, let me get all these off the table. Let me get this stamp. What I'm gonna do here is ink it up and kind of put it over there. Okay, and I'm gonna repeat it over here, but just the top part of it maybe, kind of like that. And I'm gonna take that off, and I will ink this up. Get that clean, and I'll put it on the other table, and I'm gonna do this, whoops, right there. Okay. Right now, I tend to want to say that I have messed up this beautiful paper, but hopefully I can bring it back to life. Let's go for it. Let's see what we can do. Okay, photo number one, photo cluster number one, is a picture from Bondi Beach in Australia. And I'm going to staple it together, put it on some foam, and then I'll put this tag behind it. Let's get I'm afraid this is going to be another fairly long video. I've done some mixed media ones lately that were simple and a lot shorter than my usual mixed media videos. Okay, so I'm going to put this right there, and I think you can still get the splashy waterfall kind of look. What I didn't do was put this down underneath it. So I'm going to do that now. Actually, let me take that off. I'll put this down. I have some little skinny foam strips out by the stitching, and I'm hoping I don't have any ink on my fingers. As I did an inventory today looking for stitched bits, I'm going to do that way. And I'll get it down. Let me put this, let me get this on like that. Now I need to figure out again where that goes. It'll go there, and that will go right there. And then I'm gonna insert another layer of foam kind of under here so that it sort of curls up and I get a little bit different look to things, and then I'll tack that down. Okay, and then my photo cluster, well, I also have this, which needs to get inserted somewhere in here. Like that. I think it needs some foam. Let me put a piece, I guess, right there. Thinking that's good enough. Oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it is probably a very true statement. All right, And I have these that I stamped onto white paper long time ago. Either I stamped them in a class where I had access to those stamps, or someone like JoJo or Helen stamped them for me and gave them to me. And I apologize that I can't remember which. Okay, and I thought I could use these somewhat like stamped images I think that might work. Well, let's see which one works. This might be the one I want to use here. And then I might want to use this other one down here. This needs some foam. And I'm just matting that once, and I'm gonna, let's see, if I'm gonna use this down here, and I want it to be right there, then I want it to kind of go like that. Okay. And I'll do it that way with some foam to kind of hold it up so there's dimension. Okay, and now we'll place that, and I don't really want to completely obliterate my stamping, but I can use it to cover up some of the messier bits. I'll just do that. The kind of the story here is I associate going to the beach with going all over beaches all over the world with that guy. And that guy's not around anymore. And so I kind of need to enjoy the beach by myself. Now, when that photo was taken, that guy took it. So we were together at that beach. I think I do have a photo of myself at the beach since he passed away, but I've scrapped it fairly recently, so I wanted to use this one. Let's see. Okay. Do that, and I have I'll worry about that later. This is the boardwalk at Bondi Beach, and you can kind of see that. So I thought maybe I'd put that there, but that kind of covers up the beach. So how about I do something? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm going to cut it down. just this and see if I can insert that here. That seems to work. So I'm gonna do that. And that kind of leaves me with this, which I can use on another page sometime. Okay, you can still see that tag. And I use that tag because I have some red things and there's really no red in the background paper. So, okay, now, this was a getaway. This was a cruise. So, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to use these letters. It's going to be kind of a pain to get them down, but I want to be sure that I have them down before I start adding small embellishments that would get in the way of putting this on later. So I'm hoping you can see. Let me get these stamps down here and I'll cover up my glue. I'm going to have trouble placing these, and I can't leave them till after the camera stops rolling because I need to get them on, like I said, before I do the rest of the embellishing. I think just putting them on with my fingers might work just fine. And I think that's going to be easier because I believe it's all connected. And that's some of the red that I was trying to tie in with that red pattern paper. That G looks like it's smaller than. Sometimes with these epoxy letters, they're not, the sizes aren't as precise as you'd like them to be. Okay, I also have this little signage, beach signage, which I would be willing to use down here. And I love this little rope that it has going around it. This is old. I don't know where or when I got it. Okay. And I have, well, let's put Sea Cruise down. We had cruised the South Pacific and stopped in a couple spots in Australia. That was 2015, January and February. And this was Pensacola Beach, Margaritaville Beach Hotel. My necklace is making noises. I have this which I think I'm going to use down here to cover that spot. And by the looks of all the glitter that's on these, on the back of these stickers, I'm thinking they have been around for a while. And I've got Life is Better at the, and I'm going to use it, though it doesn't make sense with the word ideally I would have the word beach there, but I'm perfectly fine with that. There are two pairs of sunglasses. Here's the thing that says beach. I'm gonna put some glue on the foam dot there and stick it right there, and then it won't be attached up above. Let's see. Here's a pair of sunglasses that I think might work right here. I'll kind of hook it in with that sign so that everything looks like part of a cluster. And then I'll put it here on the sidewalk, the boardwalk, if you will. Let's see. And here I'm going to use this that says, this geotag that says "Wish You Were Here," because it's one of me alone, and it's kind of part of the story there. There we go. And I have two umbrellas, I think, in here. Let's see. I've got this navy blue one, which could maybe go kind of layered under there. And this one kind of goes with the colors that are building up there. So let me glue that down. And what I'm doing here is not so much trying to copy the layering that Morag did, but rather to just go with the spirit of all the fun layers. Oops, I've got another umbrella that's kind of that same style. Does that one look better? I think I do like it, although this might, the shape of this might work better. So I'm going to go with the shape of this. Okay, and I have another pair of sunglasses that I think are just too big to use. I'm going to put that over there with the boardwalk. I have this circular thing that says hello. I'm not feeling that. Here, I've got this thing that says surf shop. And I think I will kind of squeeze it in right here so you can barely read it. I have this that says "So Happy," and I'd like to kind of put it there as sort of a title to that this scenario. Okay. Let's see. I'm not, I don't like how that is layered. I don't like how it's sitting. It's not even. So what am I gonna do? If I want this to go there, I'll need some glue under it, but I will need foam under here. So let's hope that works. Okay, that does seem to work. And I've got this little label that says Better Together. And I want to put this somewhere, maybe there. That covers up some of the blue. I really don't want it to cover up the shape. So let me bring it down a little bit. There we go. And I have snorkeling equipment. I don't think I'm going to use this umbrella, although, you know, I could double up. Not going to do that. Snorkeling equipment. Let's see. Might work to extend some things down this way, and it can cover up that ink. Spot. And I've got some chipboard splashes that came in a chipboard set with a different collection. So I've got, let's put this one right in here. And I have I have another one. It's pink. I'm gonna put it right there. Let's see. I have a tropical, some small sunglasses. And so I'm gonna put the small sunglasses maybe right here. I can't even tell you how long all this stuff has been in my stash. It's embarrassing, almost. I'm going to put the tropical chipboard piece maybe right there under the tag, which kind of lets you see the tag. I've got this little bit that says relax, and I thought it would be nice over here by the chair. So again, some glue on it. Just kind of do that. I've got this which says sea, sand, and lots of sun. And I don't see a place that it needs to go. So I'm thinking that gets saved for another time. The Make Lemonade jar also doesn't do anything for me right now. So I'm going to put all these back in my... Remember how full this guy was? Look how empty it's getting now. I would like to use this heart and I'm going to put a tiny bit of foam under it. This says enjoy now, and that means enjoy now without him. And so that's kind of those were the story pieces that I kind of had going on. I'm going to put that will not go under there. It may not go under there, but it may work there. And then I can do some tiny embellishments around it. So this needs some thin foam behind it. I've definitely gone stark raving crazy, and I have used a piece of paper that I've been hoarding, and I love the page, though it's not at all how I would have imagined using it. Okay, this is not really staying down, so I need some foam behind it. I don't want that moving around. I think it's that needs to go like so, and then that has displaced a few other things. So that is down now, and this will go back. That's not exactly how it was sitting on there, but we'll see. Okay, so John loves sunflowers, and Bramble Fox has these beautiful sunflowers that I thought might just be nice, just out there in the sky. Why the heck not? And I have a couple little leaves. Okay, let's see if that worked. I'll put those in adjacent inserts there. Okay, I have a star, kind of to echo the stars that Morag had in hers. I'm going to put this star right here by the kind of beigey looking bit. I have and just as John likes sunflowers, I like turtles. So I have a turtle. I'm going to put this star right there. I have a turtle that I'm going to put on this heart. That's really why I wanted that heart there. Let me put a tiny piece, well, no, I'm not going to put a tiny piece of foam. I'm going to put some liquid glue to really hold it on. I'm going to let the turtle appear to be climbing off the heart, but I want his body firmly attached to the heart. So I'll get under and press it that way. Okay. And I have this little piece of layering card. It's the bottom of a tag or a label or something that I used on another page. And I'm just gonna kind of sneak that in there. Okay, and it's just a layer. Now I have the seagulls, and I'm not sure where I want them. I could do there. I want this to kind of come down this way. Now I could have it on top of the umbrella coming that way. Let's do that. And that will draw your eye to the umbrella. And this could be on this umbrella. I kind of like that idea. Okay, now my question is, do I need the, or want the starfish stamps? I'm going to say yes to the small one. And let me test it to see how it stamps. Okay, it's cute. Okay, and I'm going to do this up here, and maybe I'll just leave it. Maybe I'll stop. Let me see what this one looks like, and if I like it well enough, I may add it to the scene. It's a different look, so I think I will add it kind of right here. Okay, and maybe let that kind of extend over a bit, in which case I'll use a third one of these. Okay, now this is a gross misinterpretation of Morag's beautiful page, but I love it, and I love what it means and what it says, and I'm going to enjoy having it in my album and maybe even on my wall. So thank you for watching, and if you have any little yellow bicycle paper, enjoy it and use it. I had these little shape sprinkles, but I think the colors are wrong for what I have going on here, so I'm not going to use those either. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.